So far, let me say the family members that I have heard from, and there are a lot that I have not, they're healthy, but phone service has not been returned for some. My house, where my mom is, my mom of 90, the roof is damaged. The way my house set up is on a hill on the side, so when the wind is coming this way, it tore off this side of the house's, well, this side of the house's roof. I'm currently calling around to contractors to see what they can do, but life is much more important. So I thank God that my mom is fine. I haven't heard about any deaths yet, nobody in the family. But like I said, there's someone I haven't heard from yet. But there are a lot of roofs that have been damaged. I know a friend of mine who has a business. It got completely flattened. Roof and walls just went with the hurricane. So there is a lot of damage.
Thank you. Can you kind of just, for people who might not be as aware, like how do you think like long-term impacts, how this will affect the community as a whole?
So what I'll do is I'll use the example of another hurricane that was similar to this one, Hurricane Gilbert, September 12th, 1988. I'll never forget when it was over and I looked for the first time in my life from deep in Kingston, I could see the sea. The trees had completely been removed, like the skyline was gone. Um, we were out electricity for a long time. We were without communications for a long time. Communications actually came up before electricity because Jamaica does this brilliant thing of fiber optics on the ground. So although an earthquake will affect that, hurricanes don't. Um, uh, I'm hoping there isn't looting because that was a big feature of Gilbert. I haven't heard of any looting. There's going to be bridges, roads. Some of them are either going to be underwater or completely destroyed. The roads will have big holes where pounds of water had collected. The report from Carriacou, which is in Grenada, just to have an idea, literally said there's no electricity. There is no infrastructure to be. It's all gone. The infrastructure is completely gone. Both housing and transportation structure gone. That's the kind of destruction that can happen. Now, Jamaica is not that extreme. Um, God bless us, it kind of turned a little bit to the left instead of hitting us
Mhm.
directly. But there's still a lot of damage. I even see stories of animals, amphibious animals that would never come on land, now on land, like crocodiles and so on. So we're facing an interesting reality. And as soon as I get more actual assessment, I'll definitely share with you.
Thank you, I appreciate it. And I guess how would what are your efforts involved here and then in Atlanta, and how long do you think you'll be helping out in Miami?
In both Georgia and Florida, as long as it takes. Um, I'm, because of the organizations that I run and the work that I do in media and community, I'm going to be in Atlanta. And that's since 1994, that's what I consistently did in Atlanta, is to mobilize Caribbean communities around disasters that are happening in the Caribbean. So I'm going to continue doing that. That's not going to stop. And South Florida, because this is the hub of where everything is going to be sent out. We're going to be part of the effort, collecting food, packing them, and then putting them on ships to go. Well, supplies, not food, supplies, and sending them. We're going to make sure to keep on putting out the information, what's needed, and so on. We're going to send that to you. If you want to see the list, you can check any of the platforms with JWalkerBuzz. That's I'm going to put it out there. Caribbean Georgia Vote, of course, the Jamaica Consulate in Miami. All those places will have information on what's needed, where things are at. We'll make sure that information is prime and up to date so that everybody knows how to get involved. Specifically, Florida and Georgia is what we will be doing. In terms of other places, it just contact us and ask, and we will find out for you and connect you with people to make it happen, no matter where in the world you are. We'll connect you with who is doing work back home so you can help back home.
Thank you. And so when did you hear from your mom? How did that conversation go? How is she doing? I know that that's a very terrifying situation to be in. I'm from Florida originally, so I've been through a couple of hurricanes myself, but never something like this.
So literally an hour before I spoke to you.
Really?
Um, yeah, because for whatever reason her phone was down. But like I said, I'd connected her with friends of mine. And so I got to her through their phone. And she's tired. She's of course disappointed about the roof. She's praising God though that it wasn't worse. And she's gone to get some rest and relax.
Thank you. And just kind of how you compared it to the other hurricane in terms of how long did it take to kind of just recover in the community and just the aftermath, and how do you think that will compare to now?
If I remember correctly, well, we didn't really get electricity back in across the island until December. So that was 3 months later. September, October, November, yeah, 3 months later. And in terms of coming back, that took a while. We're still economically, we're still dealing with stuff. Um, of course, infrastructure. I mean, that some places took a couple of years. Like it was a lot. It took a lot. It took a while. It took a while. It took a while. But what was amazing, I'll never forget though. It was weird because it was an Olympic year as well, by the way. And Jamaica had done decently. Unfortunately, that was also the Ben Johnson year. Let's not remember that. You may not know what I'm talking about, but it's very painful for Jamaicans, even though he was running for Canada. Just put that out there. Either way, there was it was interesting. That there was the Whitney Houston. There was a song. Yeah, there was a Whitney Houston song that was the Olympic song. There was Bobby McFerrin's "Don't Worry, Be Happy," and there was Bob Marley's "Three Little Birds."
Mhm.
For whatever reason, those three songs was played by every radio station in Jamaica. And it just raised "Don't Worry, Be Happy." And then Bob's "Every Little Thing Is Gonna Be All Right." Like and then the Whitney Houston song, which is like about overcoming. Yeah, I won't hurt your ears by singing. But that those songs resonated. And for whatever reason it came out that year, and those songs were very powerful for us.
Thank you. And is there like anything, what do you feel is the most important thing people should know about and the biggest takeaway?
Well, the biggest takeaway is we have life. That's the biggest takeaway. What should we know about? Hmm. Hmm. That's a good question. You know what I want people to know about? Natural disasters always happen. I've gone through several hurricanes since I was a little boy. Earthquakes will happen. And with global warming, it's getting harder. So here's what I need people doing. I need people paying attention. I need people to understand what's happening with climate change. And I also need people to stay plugged in. Because it's not like we don't know a hurricane is going to come. We know hurricanes are going to come. So let's already stay plugged in. So when it happens, you just move. Or just make it happen. And maybe even do something revolutionary, like create a hurricane relief fund, maybe a resourcing where we collect constantly and build up, do like Moses did during the 7 years of famine, where you built up the coffers. And so you always had supplies to deal with the tragedy. It's not like we don't know the hurricane is going to come. It's going to come every year. Let's just go ahead and be proactive. Let's pay attention and let's get involved. That's what I want people to know. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you. And is there anything else that you'd like to add or feel people should know about?
Guys, just pay attention to the Jamaica Consulate Miami online sites, Caribbean Georgia Vote, JWalkerBuzz. All these entities will be reporting the hurricane relief efforts. I'm Jason Walker. Find me anywhere. I will share the information with you. Let's just get involved. When people come together in unity, amazing things happen. Let's keep it going. Atlanta has a reputation with the Caribbean, actually, that every time a tragedy comes about, what Atlanta puts together, is normally spectacularly amazing. It's filled with what's needed. It's a lot of it, and it's very impactful. Let's keep up our reputation and unite and be there for those who have been impacted.